I see so many people just kind of lugging their horse around to the left and lugging it around to the right. The horse is kind of respecting you, but he's also not respecting you because he's only doing the minimum effort that he can get away with. And that is very important, not only for a horse that you're going to take and you're going to show and you're going to do something. That's important for a trail ride. I don't just want the minimum effort that the horse is going to give me. If I ask for a little more, I want a little more. Hello, welcome to Tim Anderson Horse Training. Today I want to talk about when you're having an issue with your horse. Is the issue you're having the problem, or is that issue a symptom of the problem? Whatever the symptom that you're finding, whether the horse is aggressive at feeding time, won't stand to let you get on, bucks, anything like that, those are all actually symptoms of the problem. So basically, when we're talking about problems with horses, there's basically three problems. Either the horse is in pain, there's a lack of respect, or there's a lack of training. Horse is aggressive at feeding time, then your problem is actually respect. If the horse is bucking when you're riding, then your problem is either going to be pain or it's going to be a hole in training. When you're diagnosing the problem that your horse is giving to you, don't just look at that one issue. Think of the horse as a whole, and look at all of the symptoms, and from those symptoms look at which one of the three problems that you have. It's going to be one of those three. It's either going to be lack of respect, lack of training, or pain.
I always have horses in training that you never get to see. Thought I'd show a little clip of this one that you have not seen before. This is Zydeco. I've had him for a little bit. He came in to be started, and he's going to be going home this week. So thought I'd show you a little clip of him before he left to go home. I ordered some recording equipment. I'm working on getting set up so that I can do some live training. I think that would be really interesting for you to see me work horses live as it actually happens, and I can talk about what I'm seeing and what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I think that's something that I hope you enjoy in the future. That should be starting hopefully next week.
Talk about some of the first things that I teach a horse when I get on, and some of the first things that I do when I'm getting on a horse that I've never ridden before, whether it's a horse that has come in for training, a young horse, or just part of evaluating a horse. I've talked a lot about training the horse's mind, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to make sure that I have that horse's mind with me when I'm doing my training. So one of the things I want to do, what I want to start with, is I'm going to ask the horse to walk forward. And I want to make sure I have that horse's mind. If you saw in the video I did a couple of weeks ago, I talked a lot about the ears. I want to make sure that I have that horse's mind listening to me. I'm going to advance a little bit past the listening to the ears, and I was pulling the horse's head to the side to get the ear back on me. So we're going to take all that one step further. I'm going to walk my circle, and I'm going to start applying the ask, tell, demand to some of the things that I ask my horse to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask my horse to steer over to the right. Get where you can see me. And we're just going to steer over here. See how he steered, but that was kind of lazy. He didn't really say no, but he didn't really put any effort into it either. So I want to get his mind a little bit more in the mind frame of trying a little bit harder to do what I ask him to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to steer again, point his nose, but I'm going to add a little bit of impulsion on the outside. So steer and push, steer over, and then let's walk. So all I'm trying to do is get him to put a little bit more effort into doing whatever I ask him to do. I did a video on rein use, what the inside rein does, what the outside rein does, what the outside leg does. This is where I'm putting that into effect. I'll put a link to that video up top. The outside rein is my impulsion, and that's what I'm going to use to get the horse to put effort into doing what I'm asking him to do. So now we're just going to turn to the left. I'll get around so you can see what both my hands and legs are doing. Point his nose and push with my leg. I want to put effort into it. Now what I'm doing, see, now I got a little bit of effort with just the rein. I'm going to go with rein first, and then if I don't get the movement, then I'm going to add that impulsion on the outside. Let's go back around the other way. And this is all about getting that horse's mind to be willing to work a little bit harder. Doesn't matter, right here I'm kind of asking him to step around like a spin. It doesn't really matter what it is I want the horse to do. Just want him to do it with a little bit of effort. This time we'll turn into the fence. I just want effort. It doesn't have to be really dynamic or really drastic. I just want the horse doing what I ask it to do with a little effort. So I'm going to come across and we'll just ask him to stop with effort. Whoa. There we go. And to me, this is very important. Getting your horse to do what you ask him to do with effort. I see so many people just kind of lugging their horse around to the left and lugging it around to the right. The horse is kind of respecting you, but he's also not respecting you, because he's only doing the minimum effort that he can get away with. And that is very important, not only for a horse that you're going to take and you're going to show and you're going to do something. That's important for a trail ride. I don't just want the minimum effort that the horse is going to give me. If I ask for a little more, I want a little more. If I just want to putz around the arena, around the woods, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I ask the horse to give me more, I want it to give me more. Sometimes that could just be a matter of walk to trot transition, trot to lope transition. It could just be effort and stop, effort and steer. I want the horse to give me effort when I ask for it.